What's good, proxies? FOXSOL here with another video for you guys. It's been a while, and today's video we're going to have a topic of conversation that is about something really relevant in the space that I've been even talking about on my streams recently, and that is about not going into someone else's house and taking a dump and then walking out and telling them that their bathroom stinks because they didn't flush the toilet. And what I mean by this is that recently, surrounding the Weather and Waves community, there has been several content creators, with one being the biggest, going out of its way to start gaslighting and complaining, I guess you could say, against Z.Z.Z, talking about HP inflation or the overrated anniversary, talking about how people have wasted money of hundreds of dollars due to a new mechanic that is going to be showing up in 2.0. Yeah, I want to talk about this. So, without further ado, let's have this topic of conversation, and I hope you will join me. Fire, fire, blaze through! All right, so starting off with this video, I'm just going to say it like this. We're talking about Zenless, a person that does make some relative easy to understand points, if you would. But we have an issue here when we're talking about these points. And I've been struggling with this man per se as a content creator in this space, because to me, he's leading people on with misinterpretation, tunnel vision, and one-dimensional points. What do I mean by this is that the fact of the matter is that Zenless has over time taking his talking points surrounding Weather and Waves, Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and even now Z.Z.Z, more or less making claims and points that are just, in all honesty, one-sided. As if basically to treat whatever topic as if it's a black and white construct. Well, the fact is that a lot of different points are just not black and white. They're in color. And when you're not fully discussing these or disclosing the different mechanics around these conversations and surrounding these topics, then this leaves little to no room for a proper debate or conversation, especially when you claim you're 100% always right. See, I've been streaming Z.Z.Z now for over a week, giving it a second chance because of the different things that's been stated around the community with Weather and Waves and Zenless. I want to see and experience just how bad this game really is from all the conversational pieces that's been out there. And before really giving my own opinion anymore, I want to give the game a proper chance so that way I could give a proper response. Well, let me put it out there. Z.Z.Z, I have to say in all honesty, has been a much better experience now than it was from the launch when I first tried the game. The game now is completely enjoyable. I've been having a blast. I've been learning new things, discovering new things, and honestly, it's just been a much enjoyable experience than I previously had when it was first released, and at the same point in time, even having right now with Weather and Waves. Perhaps, the fact that I'm not really having much fun with Weather and Waves is the fact that maybe I'm burnt out in it or the lack of content. But regardless, I've been enjoying the grind and the fun of Z.Z.Z. And in fact, I do later plan to make a real review on the game, a real review, and just express all the different criticisms I have for it, as well as all the enjoyment I have for it. But in regards for this video, I just want to go ahead and keep on topic and discuss about the problems of Zenless and the criticism he has over the gacha games when we're talking about the surrounding of the big four: Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Z.Z.Z, and Weather and Waves. Now, in Weather and Waves, I do myself have several things I disagree with him on. And I do believe that in some cases, he doesn't really play the game enough to truly understand it, especially what he talks about with some things. And I'll get into that one day in the future if you guys want me to. But in general, a lot of his points in Weather and Waves does typically hit home, and that, there's more to it than what he says. But in general, he is almost right. But when we're talking about games like HSR or Z.Z.Z, I can tell you that 100% I do believe that the majority of the things he criticizes in those games are absolute bullshit. Because several people in both of these communities has sat with him, tried to explain things to him that he fully dismisses. I've seen these streams, I've seen these videos with other people, and honestly, you can see just very much how close-minded he is to having a healthy discussion when it revolves around HSR, Z.Z, or really any kind of Hoyo product. Recently, with the Z.Z.Z attacks, related with HP inflation, the new shield boss mechanic that's coming out, the anniversary rewards, I personally have met with a few people. I've talked to people in the community that play Z.Z on a regular basis. I've done my own research. I brought my research to several different people while having these discussions about Z.Z.Z. I've watched different streams, and like I said, I've asked, I've communicated, I've talked to different people in the community itself to pretty much enlighten me and educate me. Because I do believe that, as a Weather and Waves player, I do not believe it is good to go walk into another's community, shit in their home, and then not clean up after myself and just blame everything on them. I've learned a lot. I've learned that Z.Z.Z has changed several different elements in the game since 1.0 to the present time. That would show reason why HP inflation was a necessary change to help balance the gameplay. I learned that the anniversary for what it is offering is actually really good for the game, for the players of the game, because even the S-rank pulls in here, even though they're not limited, they're really good characters. And as well, from my own research, I've actually discovered that the anniversary reward and the Weather and Waves anniversary reward in the amount of pulls is pretty much exactly the same. When you're not counting everything in the patch, you're just counting what the anniversary rewards is, they're practically the same. I've learned from others that the shield mechanic can be destroyed, pretty fast with the new character because of the rupture element, but even with basic teams in the game that you have spent money on, can still pull together and still beat it, and without it really being a big deal. These are things that I've learned from people that play the game, that are people who play this game on a regular basis. There's things that I have learned with these people who are part of the early access creator server that are talking and showing me and others the different elements that are, being doom posted on, and showing that it's not actually a big deal. Even with my own experiences of playing Z.Z over a week, from the deadly assault to the Shiyu defense tower thing, I can honestly say that it's not really, the game is not being unfair. I've cleared things. It's been fun. And this all leads me to ask a question. Why would I believe someone who does not play this game and trust his advice over trusting someone that plays this game? I mean, when it comes down to St. Tonus, you're asking me to trust someone that can't even in his own community of Weather and Waves cannot accept a proper criticism or engage others like a normal person, that he has to blatantly, when anyone comes at him, say that they have a mental issue or they're a PDF. Why would I trust someone that can't sit down with someone and have a proper, healthy conversation and learn? Personally, I've even seen this man play HSR in the past, and with even his own chat, that's, they're saying, read the mechanics, because he's complaining that he's not doing damage. There's people in that chat posting videos of them clearing the same thing he's doing with some 0 characters and completing the content with no issue. But here he is complaining about being debuffed, complaining that he's not doing damage, and he's not reading the statements, the mechanics of what to do. He is forcing his own gameplay to be harder than what it should be. I mean, this is a man that has been presented with 100% undeniable truth about things that he makes claims on, that he's completely misunderstanding or is outright wrong about, and tries to turn it around and claim that it's fake news. This is a person that's going into other people's communities with 10% knowledge of what is actually going on because he's just, seen something, and tries to act as if he's the primary expert over that community. This is a man that I can best describe as an example is he's a man that, Saint is a banker that works for a local bank, that goes into a building and tells the contractor, the electrician, that they're doing their job wrong when he has no knowledge of what they're doing. I mean, honestly, you expect me or other people to believe a person with zero experience in this game over a person who has over a year's experience? I mean, honestly, I feel people in this community are smarter than what they're given credit for, because any bit of research shows you that points that this one person that St. Tonus makes can be countered in several different ways. And instead of showing respect to those with an opposite viewpoint, he pretty much turns around, does name calling, disrespects them, or just dismisses them because why? Just because it doesn't fit your agenda of your views? I mean, and well, look, I'll say it like this as well. When it comes to the Weather and Waves community and the large minority that is very vocal there, they're really something else. I mean, I've tried honestly to love this game, but the community itself has shown more than once how they are just really the new Genshin Impact, and how absolutely hypocritical they are and downright insane that they can be, which leads me not to even care about a game like Weather and Waves anymore, because objectively speaking, it's being catered to a bunch of spoiled brats that can't see the forest through the trees and comes and complains all the time and changes different narratives. But in any case, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the video here. I've said my piece, and I will continue to say my piece on my streams. And with that being said, here's a plug, just saying. If you happen to check this video and everything else, we do live streams here on YouTube, and if you happen to catch one of those streams, why not come by, say hi, and let's have a healthy and productive debate. So, try to keep this short and sweet. Do apologize for a little bit of the venting here, but tell me what your thoughts, guys, is about the entire situation. Do you agree with St. Tonus? Do you disagree? Do you agree with the things that he said about Z.Z.Z, Honkai Star Rail? Do you disagree? Leave that in the comments down below. And until next time, I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.